All right, Nick. Emilio Pagan with the first legitimate opportunity of a save for the season.
Well,
I think I got an out.
good start. Good start.
I just seen Steer catch it, so you might be ahead of me. You might not. I don't know.
I might.
Hold on. Let me just click the live, refresh the live button on mine. I might do it. I don't think so. I have not seen the first pitch yet to Contreras.
Seen the second.
Golly, what the hell?
What are you watching on?
I'm watching on MLB.tv on the web browser.
Wow, I can't believe I'm on Roku. I would usually web browser should be ahead.
You would think.
You should be your
I
top.
seen the check swing just now. Check swing straight. So.
Okay, you're ahead of me now.
Okay.
Yeah, you're ahead.
That makes sense because I don't know how in the world I'm behind. I should be the leader in the clubhouse. You tell me when you see the 0-2.
I just saw the replay of the check swing.
All right, so I probably just need to pause and play for half a second. You tell me.
We have a pitch. 10, 9,
Yeah,
8,
we'll do the next
7.
pitch after this one.
All right. You got to find where all these gadgets are in the new scorebook.
All right, I'm on 9 on the new pitch clock.
All right, I'll let you know when I get there.
It's pretty quick.
10, 9, 8,
Perfect.
7.
Yeah,
right.
We're seeing the drone together, and then we're going to see the pitch,
Yep.
I'm guessing. Yeah. Yep. All right, cool. All right, we figured it out. Also, I'm probably, for those that are watching live, if you ever notice either myself and or Nick significantly different in volume, please let me know. And although I thought I've done this before, I think I'm just going to completely wipe it and start and just redo it tomorrow. I think I have a little bit of hope, Nick. Not that it's a good thing, but I have a little bit of hope that maybe, big out. I have a little bit of hope that I didn't start fresh with a whole new B mix. Not to get into the weeds here with our viewers, but so
Yeah, they're dying to know.
I think we're, not to jinx it either, but we're significantly better than we were last time. Last time you were still talking in a whole different segment that we were in. It was pretty bad. It was pretty bad.
Dane Dog out there in the outfield, a little defensive replacement.
I like that. Yes.
I don't know who he replaced though. I need to find this out. He replaced.
Let's see here. I could probably tell you.
Friedl
went to left field. So, who ended up having to Steer went to first base. So Sal
Stewart's out of the
Stewart left. Yep.
I told you they were going to take him out of the game.
You're not wrong.
I told you he's going to get taken out of the game.
That makes sense in a spot like this, I will say.
Where we at in the lineup?
Myers would lead off. No, he wouldn't. No, he wouldn't. I don't know that answer because I wasn't watching. I was trying to get the stream set up.
And that's why you don't take Sal Stewart out of the game.
All right. We walk it off. We're going to walk it off.
All right, where are we at the lineup?
Yeah, we got to figure that out. I was getting the stream set up.
He did make the last out, so I will say
he made
it's
the last out.
It's a little bit more acceptable in that spot than like the 6th inning, but
yeah, especially considering the way that extra innings goes in Major League Baseball, more times than not, the games end in like 1 or 2 innings.
So it's going to be Suarez, Steer, Benson.
Yeah.
All right.
How to hold him. Not a good pitch.
Yeah.
Not a good pitch at all. Oh, boy.
It's just a different show, like, you're watching the game, you're like, yeah, no one's going to care about all the missed opportunities late, but now everyone will. Well, I'm glad he gave up a solo home run as opposed to coming in and giving up a 3-run home run in the last inning.
Yeah, that's the glass half full. I just feel like
exercise the demons. Let's get a ninth inning win.
Yeah, it's hard to.
Who the Sox got?
This earlier in the year is really hard to get upset about anything overly crazy because Pagan could go out and rattle off for the next month and a half straight, just perfect innings after perfect innings. But the wheels were wobbling a little bit last year, if we're going to be honest. That ball was hit hard.
Oh, Ellie's got the full.
Yeah, he
got cold.
He's so swagged out, dude. Elly, there's never been a more marketable player than Elly De La Cruz. That dude. Did you see the glasses he was wearing, by the way? No? Have you seen them? They look
yes,
stylish, man. They almost look like you should be at the beach in Miami or something. They don't really look like two sportsmen. They look like you should be on a boat somewhere. Let's walk it off, guys. Come on, chat. Listen.
Good time for Gino's first home run.
Yeah, he's certainly left some ducks on the pond the last 2 days, as they say.
He's in 2 bases loaded spots.
Yeah, he's not off to a good start on being able to bring them home when they're on.
Oh wow! Watch a little Mets Pirates action over here.
Are you?
Yeah, they 1-1 in the 10th. It was a 0-0 game going into extras. Oh, the Mets are challenging. Could be the winning run on a challenge.
By the way, can we get this out of the way? Probably should save this for the show, but CB Buckner is so bad that he's going to probably quit before the year's over because of the ABS system. I mean, that wasn't even the worst call he made all day. You cannot punch somebody out from behind the plate on a check swing in a spot like that. You've got to appeal, dude. Just like, even if you think 99% sure he swung, you still have to ask the guy that's got the right angle, dude. You can't. That was horrific, but that was so bad.
Okay, so we can certainly discuss this more at length here.
Sure, on the show.
On the show, but it's worth talking now because this is now going to be a situation because, so the Red Sox are out of challenges. The Reds still have challenges. You would think, oh damn, they're bringing in Chapman. Jeez, that's nasty. That's nasty. That's nasty. I didn't know this was allowed.
In fact, that's a big league move, big brain move by Tito by having. Well, it wouldn't really matter anymore, but I'm just saying, just in case. I thought Myers was leading off, so just disregard everything I was going to say. So keep going on, Nick.
But I would think human nature, when you miss call after call after call.
We both thought the same thing.
when you miss call after call, eventually, aren't you going to maybe give the team that has challenges left more of the benefit of the doubt than the team that can't challenge? Would that not be kind of human nature?
Yeah, I was thinking that. And I was also actually thinking the opposite, though, because you could not get embarrassed anymore, right? No, you're right, because then they wouldn't challenge it. Yeah, exactly. We're on the same wavelength there. Yeah, this is really close. I know this other team can't challenge, so let's just go with it.
Yeah, I'm sick of looking like an idiot.
Yeah, exactly. I don't know.
That was a ball too.
Yeah, it was close.
I don't think Steers. I don't think you use a challenge there, even though you're in the 9th. But
it was too close too. It wasn't like it was 3 inches off the plate like half his calls have been. That's the other thing with CB Buckner too. It's not like he's missed a few that are just barely on the edges that are very reasonable. These are 2.7 inches off the plate, low and outside. He missed on both sides of the plate. Go.
Who's pinch hitting for Benson? Stevenson? Marte?
I would pinch hit Marte before Stevenson just because.
Stevenson crushes lefties, though, man. I know it kind of puts you in a weird spot.
But it would put you in a really weird spot.
And what's the chances
especially
of
with
Stevenson coming
Trevino?
around to score
Especially,
with 2 outs?
listen. Especially in the fact that you're going to pinch hit for Trevino right after this if he does get on base.
That's true. Yeah.
But I guess theoretically at that
Guess you
point you could pinch hit
swap-
again
you
and then
could-
you could switch the position, so it doesn't matter.
Yeah, it's Marte. Yeah.
Yeah. That's so ridiculous. I mean, it's also ridiculous that Chapman.
That was a good swing. It was a good swing by Steer.
That was a great swing by Steer. Chapman's just the dude's throwing 100 miles an hour still at 50 years old. Man,
I jinxed this today because I told the wife I'd go run an errand after the show.
oh, here we go.
It's
Sure
my
enough.
fault. It's
Yeah.
my fault.
Let's settle into this 14-inning affair that we're about to go on.
I was trying to be nice. He's like, hey, after
Yeah.
after your show, I need to go run an errand. It's the closest target for us out here in the Booties is 30 minutes away. I was like, hey, you know what, honey? I'll do it. I'll do it. I know the Elite Eight's on, but I'm gonna be a good husband. I'm gonna do it. I'll listen to the game on the radio. Nope. We're gonna be here for another 2 hours.
Yeah. That's an hour and a half endeavor too, isn't it? You got a half hour there, half hour back, a half hour at the store. Ooh, good take. Look at Chapman. He's pissed.
You bastards used all my challenges.
Yeah, and they did too. Like, but the Red Sox have no excuse because they decided they're challenging. Nobody on. 2 outs. Chapman mows through everybody. For yet another extra inning affair as we head into Great American Ballpark.
Who are we? Who are we using? Brock Burke. We got a lefty due up first.
Yeah.
Is that who? I trying to think.
Retired vet. That was a funny. He said, "How many ghost runners in 2026?" I like that.
Oh, I didn't even update the score.
That made me chuckle.
Oh man, I'm not in mid.
That's okay. 5-5. We're going to the 10th. So far, so good, at least on the fact that we are not 10 years behind on our audio, which will probably at some point I'll jinx that.
Oh, but I will get the Ghost Runner on there. There we go. It's on there.
Nice.
Probably won't forget about that Ghost Runner. But
now we're in perfect shape, just as they'd have it at the ballpark.
I guess the Pirates won the challenge. They're going to the 11th at Citi Field.
Chat says Connor Phillips.
Yeah, yeah, I'd rather use Connor Phillips.
You
got left, right. I mean, this is the bottom of the order. This should be a good spot. Throw strikes.
Why is there barbecue on Baseball Zen?
Barbecue.
Yeah, you know Baseball Zen on MLB, how they have kind of like the different types of.
See, I've been watching all these commercials for years that you guys are just now finally getting into. Like, this is like old hat to me.
I just don't understand the barbecue one, but hey, we move on. Good crowd at Great American, it appears, at least.
Yeah, a lot of Red Sox fans.
Probably. Lower deck. We were 3-12 in extra inning games last
season.
We're
due. We're due.
That's got to turn, right?
I mean, the Rockies won like 6 extra inning games last year. Well, wasn't there a quote like in September, we're going to look at that in the off season?
I know. Well, hopefully they did.
There you go.
All right. Yeah. Connor Phillips coming in, throwing a pretty good pitch to start us off. If you haven't already, folks, please like the stream. That would be fantastic. See if we can't find a way to get out of here unscathed. We did put Myers in center field, but we do have now Marte in right.
I think it's a pretty good defensive outfield. Pete Steer and Marte in the corners. And Friedl in center, who I'm starting to really get concerned on.
We shall see.
Ooh, thought CB might call that.
Yeah. Boy, would you want to talk about? They get a challenge in extra innings. I didn't know that. That's good to know.
Oh, that is right. I forgot about that.
I just seen that. Yeah. So we learned something new. They get an ABS challenge.
Wow.
Great pitch, dude.
Wow. You almost hit him.
Yeah. Yeah, that was big league. It wasn't even close to that. Yeah. CB Bugner, he's decided he's going to peel for the rest of the game. I mean, I don't blame him. I mean, what happens if you're Major League Baseball, or I guess the umpires? I know they're probably within a union or something, but it's like at the end of the day, like how many times if you're at the All-Star break and you're quadrupling every other umpire in ABS challenges as being successful against you, I would like to think there's got to be some repercussions at some point. No,
you would think so, but they already have metrics on these guys, and they don't. They never did anything with that. So
get the sweeper right now, folks. Come on, not going to get too much praise too soon here, just for the superstitions, or the superstitious, I should say, at home. But this thing's like Nick Lodolo type stuff right now. Are they going to let Hayes hit, is Fetter's question. I don't know if they'll let Hayes hit, but I do know they're going to have to get through this inning, and I think that will largely
they took Sal Stewart out of the game.
That will largely depend on what happens here as well. I mean,
Elly would have to play third base, or Steer plays third base, which he didn't do all of spring training, or they lose the DH.
They could lose the DH. Yeah, that seems like a bad idea.
But Suarez is due. I mean, Suarez, if it goes to the 11th, he's going to come up.
He would come up if I think didn't go in order.
Well, I'm not going to talk strategy until we get this. Hopefully, this last.
Yeah, you got to get out of this
because
out of the top of the 10th.
It totally changes.
This is totally. Come on, come make a play. Come make a play.
All right. I mean, I think he's going to have Trevino bunt, and then I mean, Cabrian's pretty good.
Trevino's going to bunt for sure.
I mean, Cabrian, in that spot, I don't think is that bad of an option. He doesn't have a ton of swing and miss. I mean, you could bring in Nate Lowe.
Yeah, I mean,
I think Trevino's a pretty good bunter, right?
Lowe and Stevenson. Would you ask if Trevino's a good bunter?
I feel like he is.
Yeah. I also worry, though, if I'm being completely honest, that they're not going to give Trevino the freedom. I would hope they give him the freedom that if they're going to just completely crash, that he has the right to be able to pull back and try to just hit a ground ball.
Which you should if you're the Red Sox. You should just be all or nothing at this point.
I agree.
Now, are they gonna bring Chapman back out? Because the Chapman only threw 9 pitches.
He also threw the day before, though. Which I don't know how many pitches he threw yesterday. Do you know?
Didn't feel like much.
Yeah, I don't know. But it's so early in the year, man. It seems crazy to be having a guy go out there for I don't know.
I mean, I'd rather bunt off about anyone other than Chapman. I'm assuming he's not a fun guy to bunt off of.
No. That's the other thing, too. Everybody just acts like bunting is a guaranteed perfect, it's going to happen. It's not. It's I'd say it's it's the right move to do.
They're bringing in Garrett Whitlock, pitched in the World Baseball Classic for Team USA.
So you think that he's probably just hosed?
I
Wash.
take him over Chapman.
What's the
Oh
term
yeah,
that
yeah.
you
Oh yeah,
used?
yeah. He's
Yeah.
cooked. He's
cooked.
cooked.
That's it. He pitched in the World Baseball Classic. He's cooked.
Him and Skeens.
Oh boy.
Yeah, I think I'm fine with the bunt here. I think Trevino's.
You got to trust him. He's got to execute. I mean, I think he at least have.
He's. I mean,
No, see, that's what I'm talking about, dude. You can't do that, bro. Like, you cannot, Nick.
I mean, now Nate Lowe has to pinch hit, right?
First of all, you don't bunt to first baseman. Like, what do you like? God, I'm just gonna lose my freaking mind, dude. You have to bunt the ball to third base because that's where the third baseman has to stay back a little bit. He has to stay back a little bit because he can't let the guy steal third. The first baseman can run it as far as he wants, man, and he's bunting the ball to the first baseman, dude. We sit here and we talk about spring training and Tito and all these things, the fundamentals, and we talk about. I listen to Barry spew this nonsense for 4 innings every single game about how that's all they work on and that's all they focus on. Yet when you go to bunt, you're bunting the ball to the wrong direction.
That would have been the winning run.
Yeah, I mean the infield would have been.
It would have been in,
and I don't know if you catch that ball with the infield in. But it's what do you?
At least you have the runner on third with Friedl up. Could he do it?
He bunt hit, yeah. That'd be hilarious, wouldn't it? I mean, he could. It's certainly available to him if he feels like he can do it. And then at times I don't. For Friedl, I don't hate it because I think that he's actually pretty good at it. He just doesn't do it against right-handed pitching that much. At least in my mind, he doesn't. He does it on lefty almost at least half the at-bats he attempts one, or at least shows he's going to. I just don't understand how if you're bunting right there, you even consider bunting towards first base. I mean, it looked like he was trying to bunt to first base. And as I said before,
it didn't look like it was an accidental.
No, like that looked like he was like cool with doing that. And it's like you also have to give your players freedom that like, yeah, we're bunting right here, but you also can't be an idiot. Like if the guys are 5 feet in front of you, you got to pull back and at least attempt a butcher boy or hit a ground ball somewhere. Or pull back and swing through one if you really trust your bunting, and that probably will tell them to not come so close. All right, we're moving on. TJ Friedl is going to get us a big hit right here. We all sing Kumbaya and act as if nothing went wrong. Or we don't.
Well, now we got an interesting alignment defensively. This is why I'm just like I'm so surprised that Steer did not like play at all at third base. Like, I get you're not going to start him there, but like, why were they not preparing more for situations like this when you know Nate Lowe's going to make the roster?
They
because you can't take. I mean, I guess
who's it?
If you take,
right
I guess you could lose the DH.
Yeah, they could lose the DH,
and he'd be 9 spots away. He'd be 9 spots away, but he stays in that spot, right? And then Suarez moves to third. I guess that's
the move.
Yeah,
I'm following what you're saying.
And then if you still have Stevenson on the bench if you did need a pinch hitter. So, I mean, theoretically, you still could go 2 full times through the order without your pitcher having to hit, right? Nate Lowe remains in the game at first base.
Right.
So
it's either going to be Steers out.
Steers at third base.
And they're going to they're either going to take Steer out and make Eugenio the third baseman, or they're going to put Steer at third base and just say
Steer's at third base. I don't think. I mean, he did not get a single start at third base in spring training. I don't think he played there at all. It is a tough spot for Steer, especially like with the ghost runner, the runner on second base. Like, yeah, it's tough.
All right, where are they at in their lineup right now?
Top of the order.
Anthony. God bless America. He's not bunting.
Anthony, Steer, Duran. Anthony Story Duran. Steer.
That's okay. Just so bad. You have like a golden opportunity, man. I'll tell you what. Whatever's going on right now, man, bottle this up.
Yeah, keep throwing that sweeper till they stop swinging. Oh, the Mets just walked off the Pirates. Luis Robert, 3-run home run in the 11th inning. Pirates 0-2.
Luis Roberts helping the Reds after all. Who knew?
Yeah.
At least we think he is. Who knows? Maybe we'll need the Mets to play.
we might want those Mets.
Who knows? Yeah, I'm just going off the fact that Fangraphs had the Pirates winning 85 games.
Yeah.
I didn't know that Wrigley Field, not to get off subject, I didn't know that they moved their bullpens underneath the stadium either.
I feel like I casually remember hearing that.
Yeah, I just did not know that. The only reason that popped in my head, folks, is that they showed a clip of the bullpen. Tell you what, shout out to the nice pitch.
It's a big strikeout.
Huge strikeout. Shout out to the production team too with the sliding gizmo thing they got there. That's a sharp look. I'll tell you what, Connor Phillips. Holy smokes.
Brewers up 3-0 on the White Sox early. What a gift, man, to get to start the year against the White Sox.
What a pitch. Well, I thought Story was going to be out of this baseball game, if I'm being completely honest with you.
His manager took it
saved
for him.
The day, dude. Yeah, he fell on the sword for him for sure.
All right, come on.
Let's go. Is CB Buckner out of baseballs? I think he was. I really do.
Like staring into the.
He was staring in there, like holding up finger. It's like, wait a minute. You telling me you ran out completely, man? Forgot to ask for balls when you were down to your last maybe 2 or 3 in there? All right. Another bugaboo I have, you mentioned the Elite Eight. The deeper you get into the March Madness tournaments, the more obscure camera angles they just start throwing at you in the middle of the games, and you're just like, wait a minute, can't I just go back to the thing I've watched for 98% of the season? I don't need to see the third row of whatever section we're in right now watching this game.
I shouldn't say this. I'm never afraid because we had a sponsor that would kind of make me look bad for saying this.
Oh, no. Okay. Yes. That's luck. We'll take luck. That's a little lucky. It's better be lucky than good, folks. Better be lucky than good. We'll take it.
There had to be some bad luck of going 3-12.
That's what I'm saying.
There had to be some bad luck.
That's what I'm saying. Come on.
All right.
We're hitting now. We're not bunting, to be clear.
McLain.
Yeah, we're not bunting.
De La Cruz. Dane Myers.
We are not bunting.
Well, yeah, especially with Dane Myers due up third. No,
No.
offense to
Yeah.
Dane Dog.
Exactly.
Dane Dog doesn't. Dane's not a dog against lefties or righties.
Yeah, and we're not taking one of arguably maybe the hottest hitter that we have currently on the baseball teams. We're not taking that bat away right now.
No.
Because
All right.
ultimately they would walk Elly, if I had to guess. Elly would then steal second on a whatever you want to call it, defensive indifference, and then it would be up to Dane Myers with basically one out in the inning to get the run home. And if he didn't get the job done, you obviously would have 2 outs with Eugenio. But then you could argue that you could walk Eugenio and you'd have Marte in there with the bases loaded. Now, would they do all that? I don't know, but I'd much rather just not find out.
It's sure enough, even when you take South Stewart out of the game and his at bat will come back around again. Well, he's due up third.
Yeah. And I'll tell you what.
I'm not hating on it today, but it's tough to take him out.
I agree with you because I don't think the back end of our bullpen is good enough to justify it. I really don't. And I'm not trying to throw shade this early in the season at any of the guys. I'm really not. I mean, I try to make sure they deserve the criticism if it's given.
Right now, South Stewart might be our best hitter. I mean,
he
needs to be treated as that until proven otherwise.
Exactly. It'd be like you're not taking out. You're just not taking out your best hitter or maybe your best player. I mean, it's not like he's showcased he's horrific defensively either, to be honest.
Yes.
So, both can. Let's see what Matt.
In fairness, I think it was more about improving the defense in the outfield than anything else. But I don't think it was necessarily
out.
Yes.
That's all right. Like, if you want to improve the defense, then just take Steer out.
Although Steer would have been due up. The slowest center fielder in baseball on second base.
Come on, McLain. Good take. What a take. Kid's seeing the ball, guys. Seeing the ball. He's seeing the ball. Come on. I don't even know if it hits right field. I don't think he'll even score because I think they'll hold him at third, to be honest. That was a pitch to hit. We missed it. For those that are just joining, thank you for joining. Please like the stream if you haven't already. Typically, likes do equal runs. And it's just science.
You want a random Nick Kirby observation after this pitch?
Yes, after this pitch.
Okay, so
good take.
So put on the Brewers game on another screen here.
Okay.
And I have the Reds game on. Both are being produced by MLB this year.
Yes.
So you see where the Reds have that MLB logo in the top right corner?
Correct. Yep.
The Brewers have a local sports book in there. So the Reds just must not have sold their sponsorship yet.
We'll get there. We'll get there. Good take, Matt McLain. Am I ahead of you or not? Did I ruin that?
No, we're right on. We're right on.
Perfect. All right. I just want to make sure.
All right, Elly.
Well,
is that 4 times on base for Matty Ice?
Yep, sure is.
That'll play.
Actually, it's 5 times on base.
It's 5?
Yeah, 3 hits, 2 walks.
Wow.
OPS of 1171.
I like that.
Yeah, it's pretty good. The guy that got taken out of the game, his OPS is 19.
Start with the 2?
Is 1917. But we're gonna move past that. We're not gonna talk about it. That's what it is. We'll talk about it on the show. Just relax, bro. You don't have to be a hero, man. You don't have to be a hero. Nick, these are the at bats that a lot of people remember. I'm just gonna remind you. He gets a big hit right here. That'll help the narratives. Regardless.
I had a feeling he struck out because I have an intern chat, and our most absolutely the biggest hater that's ever lived on the planet just shoot a text when it went 0-2, and I was like, he struck out. Like, just an absolute hater. Dude's full of so much hate in his heart.
Dang, that's tough.
Needs Jesus.
You're gonna have to put that. You're gonna have to put that do not disturb on. Is what you're gonna have to do. Focus. Yeah. Put that focus on your phone.
All right, Dane.
This is it. Be the hero, Dane.
Kirby wanted this guy to play.
Yeah.
Not on this matchup, brother.
Not righty on righty. Come on.
Dang, dog.
You gotta finish. You've got it. You've got to score. You've got to score. Yes, sir. Yes, sir, Nick. Yes, sir.
1-0. 1-0 in extra innings. Undefeated.
Did we blow the game almost? Yes. Was it pretty? No. Does it matter? No. First winning edition of Chatterbox Reds coming up right after this.
Bench to bench. Change hit in the air to deep right field. That goes Clemente. And the save. He's done. Get out of here, baseball. He's gone. Oh, my God. Can you believe it? Johnny Bench has tied it up. The Cincinnati Reds win the World Series in 4 straight. It was a sweep. In the dirt. It's a wild pitch. Here comes Foster. The Reds win the pennant. Perkins won the game. That ball is fair. Cincinnati's ahead. 2 games to none. Welcome, Joe Randa to Cincinnati. Adam Dunn has done it again. Benzinger backing and calling. And the 1990 World Championship belongs to the Cincinnati Reds.
Marty, yes. This is Adam from Milwaukee. Hey, Adam, how you doing? I'm good. How are you? Good. Do you think Scott Chatterbox is a good player?
Dunn up there with the bases loaded, the outfield deep and around toward right, and the 1-0 on the way to the plate. Swung on, long drive, right field, and this one belongs to the Reds.
And a high drive, hit back into deep right field. Junior has just knocked the door down to the 500 club.
Benson's first home run is a walk-off winner. That ball had a family.
And De La Cruz is, oh my goodness, look at this kid run. My, oh my, that is a triple.
Matt McLain's first big league bomb.
Spencer Steer's first big league hit is a home run to straightaway center field. Joey Votto's done it again.
The pitch. Votto swings high in the air. Right field. Yes! He pointed to the dugout to say, I told you. That is Joey Votto's 315th career go-ahead ribby. Only Johnny Bench had more as a Red.
And I can't tell you how much it means to play in front of everyone here in Cincinnati as a Red. What a gift. What a tremendous gift. So thank you. Thank you.
I think I can speak for all of Reds country. Joey Votto, thank you.
High drive. Left center field. Racing back to the world bourgeois. The Reds are National League Central Division champions. In the air, left center field. Did he? He did. He did. Reds win. Reds win. Line to the right field. Genius, the first Red ever with 4 home runs in a game. Unbelievable. Can you believe it? In the air, down
right, it is the first winning edition of Chatterbox Reds, and it just so happens to be the first extra innings win of 2026. Nick, it wasn't so great of a year last year for extra innings, and we got off to a better start, and it came with a little bit of luck. And I'm going to take some luck, because ultimately the Reds had their chances to win this game fair and square before extra innings. They were incapable of doing it. We'll get into all that and more here in just a minute, but you know what? It's more fun to walk it off. It is more fun. That is an actual fact. I don't know if it's good for the heart, but it doesn't matter. Reds win 1-1 on the season. Got a chance to do something they never do either as well, which is lose the first game of the series and then ultimately win the series. I don't know. We had a stat last year going there where they hadn't done that since 1975. But nonetheless, Nick, we win. We move on. A lot of positives to take away, and I'm sure some people want to harp on some of the things that went bad, and we can get into that a little bit, but ultimately, a win's a win.
Yeah, certainly not a perfect performance, but yeah, after last season, 3-12 in extra inning games to get this one today, it feels really good. I mean, obviously 0-2 wouldn't cook your season, but it wouldn't have felt good, and it feels good to get 1-1 and have a chance tomorrow, and I think a pretty decent matchup for the Reds to get a big series win. I mean, I know me and you, we like to look at the betting markets. Reds were plus 144 on opening day, or plus 120 today. You go 1-1 when you're plus, you'll take it every day of the week.
Yeah, I mean, listen, they got a performance yesterday out of Andrew Abbott that, or I should say 2 days ago now at this point, but that gave him a chance to win, and then ultimately they weren't capable of putting runs on the board, and you didn't want that to kind of snowball over either, to where it felt like you were starting to count how many innings it was going to take for the Reds to score. Luckily, it didn't take long. The Reds got some big contributions out of the top of the lineup, and we have some players now that, again, it's 2 games in. How much stock do you want to try to put into all this? But when you start to factor in what they have done in their careers previously, and you also factor in what happened in spring training, you got some guys at the top of this lineup right now that are seeing the ball well, that are guys. And if that's the case, moving forward, I don't want to say that, if you would have told me that Eugenio Suarez would get off to the start that he's had with the amount of guys that he's had an opportunity to drive in, and the Reds would wind up winning one of the games that quite frankly he's been a goose egg in, I would have taken it, because let's not mince words. Eugenio Suarez is going to have to be pretty good for this baseball team to get to where we want them to be, and so far he really hasn't been that. So it's 2 games. You can't really say anybody's got off to a horrible start, because the truth is they can come out tomorrow and go 3 for 4 with a couple home runs, and their OPS is going to look better than everyone on the team. So any other final parting thoughts here before we get into the box score recap?
No, we got any supers or anything to give me a
I do. I definitely do. I even seen one come through already that I thought was somewhat laugh out loud funny, but we'll get into them. Amazing one says still haven't been swept this year, boys, and that one made me chuckle a little bit. Dislike Bob says he's calling it now, World Series champs. I seen the next one come through as well with RD, a bunch of letters. That's quite the handle. 161-1. We'll see. I mean, it's not out of the picture. It's possible. Bob the Wizard, I'm guessing, because YouTube cuts the name off for me, but it says win number 1 is a walk-off at extras. This is a 90-win team confirmed. God bless, fellas. Yeah, I got to tell you, I did not see the 90-win team there for maybe a few innings in this baseball game, and then obviously a few innings on opening day. Some bonehead mistakes, some unfortunate situations that have continued to happen in this bullpen. That we dodged a bullet today. We'll keep an eye on it. I don't want to make a big deal about something that doesn't need to be made a big deal about yet, but it's certainly an area of concern of mine. So. Let's jump into the box score recap whenever you're ready, Nick. If you need us to buy some more time, I certainly can. But I just wanted to at least, if nothing else, make sure that all those supers were taken care of. And if you haven't already, please like the stream. That would be a big important thing. Nick, take it away.
All right, your box score recap presented by Sharefax Credit Union. Sharefax is rooted right here in Cincinnati with 9 branches across the city. They're a non-for-profit financial institution, which means they're owned by their members. So instead of profits going to shareholders, they're returned right to you through lower fees, better rates, and all the traditional banking options you'd expect. Right now, ShareFX has a great auto loan promotion. You can get 1.5% off your qualified rate when you refinance your vehicle and your first payment isn't due for 90 days. Loans are subject to membership and credit approval, and restrictions may apply. For full terms and conditions, visit sharefax.org, apply online, or give them a call at 513-753-2440. All right, Reds taking on the Boston Red Sox, game 2 of 162 at Great America Ballpark. It was Brady Singer up against Sonny Gray. Brady Singer pitched around a walk and a hit batter in the top of the first, and then in the bottom of the first, TJ Friedl led off with a single, stole second base. Matt McLain then walked, and then with one out, Sal Stewart ripped a single the other way to put the Reds up 1-0. Suarez then hit a weak chopper right back to Sonny Gray. Gray tried to tag McLain out at the plate, but Matt made a slick move to avoid the tag. 2-0 good guys. In the bottom of the second, with 2 outs, Matt McLain again came up. He smoked a double at 111 off the bat to drive in a run, 3-0 Cincinnati. Singer gave up a solo home run to Trevor Story in the top of the third, but the Reds got that right back on a Sal Stewart home run, his first of the season, 4-1 Reds. Brady Singer got the first 2 outs in the fourth, but then he gave up 3 straight singles and a wild pitch, and the Reds' lead was cut to 4-3. Singer's day would be done after the inning. Final line for Brady Singer: 4 innings, 5 hits, 3 runs, 2 walks, 5 strikeouts. The Reds chased Sonny Gray after 4 innings as well, and Elly De La Cruz greeted the new Red Sox reliever with his first home run of the season. That made it 5-3 Reds. Sam Moll retired all 4 batters he faced, and Pierce Johnson got the Reds through the 6th. But Graham Ashcraft would give up a run in the 7th to make it 5-4 Reds. In the 8th, Tony Santillan walked 2 batters, but Emilio Pagan came in and got the final out to keep the score 5-4. Now, the Reds' offense missed several chances late, so the score was 5-4 going into the top of the 9th. And Emilio Pagan gave up a solo home run to Abreu to make it a tie game at 5. We go into extra innings. Connor Phillips, after giving up a couple runs on opening day, threw 2 perfect innings in the 10th, and then the 11th after the Reds failed to score in the bottom of the 10th. Then in the bottom of the 11th, Matt McLain had a leadoff walk. Elly De La Cruz struck out, but then defensive replacement Dane Myers, right on right, singled to give the Reds a 6-5 win. Reds 1-1 on the season, and after going 2-13 in extra innings, have started off the 2026 campaign 1-0.
It's the deep drive of the day. Sal Stewart, big time too. It didn't even look like he got all of it, if we're being completely honest. He's just so damn strong, is Sal Stewart. 108 off the bat, 399 feet, 34 degrees for the launch angle for those that care. I personally don't. All I know is it went over the fence, and it would give the Reds a 4-1 lead, jumping their win probability up to 83%. And as we all know, it'd wind up being 100%. The deep drive of the day is sponsored by QC Kinetics. If knee pain or shoulder pain is slowing you down, whether it's on the golf course, the pickleball court, or even in the gym, it might be time to talk to the care team at QC Kinetics in Cincinnati about regenerative medicine options. QC Kinetics takes a different approach, focusing on treatments designed to help your body heal and recover. They're conveniently located in Liberty Township, right across from Lakota East. See the team at QC Kinetics is all about. Visit QCkinetics.com or call 513-655-3356. Player of the game, to be completely honest with you, Nick, in my opinion, is Connor Phillips. I know that he's probably on the back half of the rundown perhaps, but just an incredible performance by him to come in extra innings when you were slotted the ghost runner. And ultimately, I do know that you listen, Matt McLain got on base 5 times. Unbelievable game. Sal Stewart, incredible performance. Obviously, even maybe the lone forgotten home run from Elly, it came back. It obviously mattered a whole lot. But when you have a guy that can come in extra innings and be able to get as much swing and miss as Connor Phillips had with that sweeper, that is a huge, huge, huge weapon. That is something, Nick, that you have to pay a significant amount of money for on the open market to get a guy that can come in spots like that and get you out of those jams. He didn't create the jam. Rob Manfred created the jam, which I'm not totally against, by the way, to be clear. This isn't a shot at Rob Manfred. But I just want to say that's not an easy situation to come into and find yourselves in back-to-back innings putting up goose eggs. Like the I don't know the statistical odds of that, but it's not very high. And Connor Phillips did it, and the Reds needed him to do it because if they didn't, I'm not quite honestly sure that they score in either of the innings, to be honest. So just a huge performance out of him. And then, more or less, Dane Myers becomes the hero. And I'm very, very happy that he was able to have like a pretty nice moment here at Great American Ballpark so soon, when we had discussed maybe on opening day that he probably deserved an opportunity to have him even hit maybe his moment on opening day, and he didn't get quite maybe the chance we thought that he should. So good to see him get off to a good start, introduce himself to maybe a lot of fans that probably had no clue who he was maybe when he got introduced into the game today. But it's nice when a defensive replacement gets a big hit, wins you a baseball game.
Yeah, baseball's a funny game because, like, you'd want Sal Stewart certainly up in that spot. I mean, he was literally replaced Sal Stewart, and he came up. But I agree completely. Like, Connor Phillips is the player of the game, no question about it. I'm glad we're leading off with him after a tough day on opening day. I mean, he had some tough luck. Like, 3 singles, I think 2 of them were, like, hit 80 miles an hour. But he was dominant. He didn't even give them a chance for an 80-mile-per-hour single today. Like, they were just completely whiffing. And he's the kind of reliever. There's not a whole lot of relievers that typically can swing your season, but he can. I mean, 2 innings like that in high leverage spots. I mean that completely flips the season, especially when look, let's be honest, Santillan and Pagan looked rough in spring training. Haven't really calmed this down yet. It's still very early in the season. I'm not jumping overboard, but you need a guy like Emilio Pagan. And another guy that probably is also deserves a lot of flowers early on in the show is Sam Moll. Came in after Brady Singer, got all 4 outs. Singer only was able to go 4 innings today. Really set the bullpen up well. So those 2 guys, absolutely, on a day where we're going to give a lot of praise to Sal Stewart, to Elly De La Cruz, to Matt McLain. Those 2 guys, huge days.
Yeah, of course. Like, we certainly don't want to jump too far to conclusions this early on the second game of the season about what the late innings look like and who should get the ball and what role and responsibilities certain players have. But I got to tell you, like, the odds-on favorite to maybe be the guy that gets the ball to end the game, based off what you saw towards the back end of last year, what you've saw in spring training, and what you've saw now here in the first 2 games, albeit very, very limited, Phillips is kind of heading in that direction. Whether that happens or not, I don't know. I understand that he is not being paid because, they just went out and theoretically spent decent money on Emilio Pagan, so I think he's going to have every right in the world to kind of, I don't want to say lose that spot, but maybe regress to a different inning or an responsibility out of the bullpen. But truth is we just need to find somebody that can do it. And if Connor Phillips is capable of not even having the performance today, because I think that's a little unrealistic if we're being completely honest, but even if it's the same swing and miss stuff that he's showcased that he's capable of having, like, there's one thing, Nick, of throwing the ball well and looking like, oh, you had a pretty decent outing, right? Like, you had a couple 1, 2, 3 innings, a couple guys hit some ground balls. You didn't get too many guys having hard contact. I think it's a whole different stratosphere to have guys look the way they look today against Connor Phillips. Those were swing and misses that weren't even remotely close. Those were guys chasing pitches well out of the zone because the sweeper that he was throwing looked like it was a strike, or at least had enough velocity on it that they thought it was a fastball in the zone, and then it was just completely gone. We've seen Nick Lodolo do that his entire career almost. So it's the biggest takeaway that I have coming out of this game. I know that sounds crazy and there's way more to get into, but if you didn't get a chance to watch the game, I'm telling you right now, the way that Connor Phillips looked, it is very promising. And if he's capable of throwing the ball like that, it changes the dynamic of this back end of this bullpen completely. And we'll get into more and more about what's going to happen with the back end of this bullpen and how maybe decisions are going to get affected when it comes to late inning decision making. Obviously, Sal Stewart is number 1 on the list when it comes to that. For those that are wondering why I segue to that, well, Sal Stewart obviously came out of the game for what basically was a defensive replacement. Steer went from left to first base, pushing him out of the lineup. And at the time, Nick, I think we both said, I don't know. I mean, I think I openly said I'm okay with it because you have kind of a 1-run lead late in the game. Sal Stewart wasn't due to hit again until the 8th guy back up, so his spot just finished the last inning. Unfortunately, though, as we all know, his spot did finally come back up, and Dane Myers paid it off, thankfully. But it's going to be interesting to see how they deal with that moving forward with Sal Stewart. He had another great day today.
Yeah, I think today was about as far as you could push it with me being somewhat okay with taking him out of the game as a defensive replacement. But any earlier than that, I mean, his bat is just too good at this point. He's got to prove otherwise. Until he stops hitting, he cannot be taken out of the game. I don't care who it's for. I don't care who it's to bring in defensively. This bullpen is not good enough. And honestly, even if this bullpen was good, you just don't take a bat like that out of the game. So, yeah, I just don't think you can do that. But, I mean, Stewart just what more can you say? I mean, even his out today was like smoked into the gap that Red Sox outfitter made got a good jump on and got the ball. Like, I mean, this dude just looks like the absolute real deal right in the middle of the lineup. And we'll talk about Matt McLain in a second, but he looks great too. But Sal Stewart, I mean, dude's just a star. I don't know what else to say. Thank you. Thank you, Nick Castellanos. God bless you for turning down for opting out of your contract. He didn't turn down one contract for the Cincinnati Reds. He turned down 2, and that brought us Sal Stewart. God bless the entire Castellanos family. I hope you're doing wonderful in San Diego. Thank you for Sal Stewart.
Yeah, well said. I would also say that I think this is the same way it is in life as it should be here. Like your leash should be as long as you're worth, right? Like I don't think at this moment, as much as you want to talk about proving what he's done with the bat, you can't take him out. I would say the opposite argument could be true as well, which is prove to me that he can't make these plays at first base that we think that everyone else can make as well. I have not seen that yet, and I'm not here to suggest that Spencer Steer's not a better first baseman than Sal Stewart. But what I'm saying is that gap, is that delta that we are so concerned about, is that really worth risking taking out your best hitter? I don't know. I'd have to see it first, and I have not seen it yet. To be clear, it's only been 2 games, so we'll leave it at that. But Sal Stewart has continued to look like the guy that I think he thinks he is, and I know people laugh when I says, like, I think the guy believes that he's gonna be in Cooperstown, and back in the day, I used to kind of laugh at people that would make like absurd claims, or like they would be like, oh, I'm going to go do this. I'm like, oh, okay, good luck. And then I would laugh. But obviously someone that starts their own, organization and business, and you have other people laugh at you telling that you can't do something. And then obviously you prove people wrong at times. I'm done with that. Like if Sal Stewart wants to look at me in my face and say he's going to be in Cooperstown, I'm going to say, yes, sir, I will see you there. That's what I'm going to do. Regardless of how ridiculous that might sound, I don't care. I seen Bill Simmons tweet out something the other day about saying Reds first baseman takes a line drive off the hand. I'm like, at some point, that's Sal Stewart, sir. Let's put some respect on this man's name. So, supers. We have one more super that had come through that I want to make sure that we get to. A couple more supers, if we're being completely honest. The Steeler said Matty McBang is back. We'll talk about him in just a second. Matt McLain certainly looks significantly better. And that is such a breath of fresh air. Addison did not say a single thing other than just nothing. Shout out with the Reds logo, though. Thank you for the super chat. Schmick Schmack, I think, says, should Burns or Phillips take the closer spot? Well, Burns is in the starting rotation, so we'll talk about that in a little bit.
I think we need him on. We need him next week.
We got other problems. We have other problems that we need to fill, and Burns is trying to take care of one of those other problems currently. Scobie says, boys, who's at the game? ABS is already having a great benefit to the game. Good on Gino for getting the crowd into it. ATOBTTR, for those that don't know, that means, and this one belongs to the Reds. Flip-Flop Trucking says, Matt McLain's back. I was ready to send him to Mars last season. Luckily, I get paid to drive trucks and not make baseball decisions. Yeah, I mean, you're not the only one, Trucking. I mean, you're not the only one. Listen, he looked horrific. And I got to tell you, there was someone that I trust that also happens to be a scout. And I asked him point blank, I said, listen, what's the deal with Matt McLain He didn't skip a beat, and he said, listen, I think Matt McLain's fine. He's just trying to get through this injury situation that nobody wants to make. He's not going to make an excuse about it, but the shoulder surgery that he had is not good at all, and it's going to take a while for him to get back to who he thinks he is, and I think he'll be fine. And I really took that with a little bit of a grain of salt, Nick. I didn't want to just completely brush off and be like, oh, yeah, no doubt, like it's definitely the shoulder, and that's why he looks the way he looks. But so far, it maybe was. We'll find out. We'll talk about Matt McLain in just a second. Nick, 988. Folks in Boston would like to hear you.
All right. As always, we are proud to be sponsored by 988. We want to remind you can call or text 988 anytime, day or night. The 988 Suicide and Crisis Lifeline is a place to get support for anything related to mental health, whether it's an immediate crisis, simply wanting to find out how to connect with care, or anything in between. It's a 100% secure and anonymous way to reach out for help when you don't know where else to turn. To connect, call or text 988 or visit mantherapy.org to get help. It's okay not to be okay.
All right, let's talk about being okay. Elly, McLain, middle of the infield, they stepped up today. McLain, one of the better performances he had in Reds uniform, 5 times on base. And you know what, Nick? Like, he had some really good takes too. Like, there are times where if you watch an at bat and you get a walk, it's a 4-pitch walk. The pitcher's not even remotely close to the zone, right? And you didn't have to do a whole lot of work to get the walk. You just kind of were there. That wasn't really the case at times for Matt McLain today. I thought he worked some counts. He laid off some really, really good sliders that just landed right outside the zone. So they looked like they were in the zone for a pretty significant part of the pitch itself. And that's when I feel like you can tell if a guy's in flow state. You can tell if a guy's seeing the ball really, really well is by the takes that they have. Maybe not so much how many times they hit the ball hard. Maybe not so much about what their box score ultimately looks like at the end of the game. But what did their takes look like? How comfortable are they laying off pitches that really look probably relatively pretty good to most hitters? Matt McLain right now is doing a really good job of laying off pitches that I would say last year he just completely swung through or was chasing out of the zone. I don't know if you want to give it to the credit that he has that, inch longer bat. It's a half inch heavier. He stands closer to the plate. Whatever. I don't know. If that's what it was, then great. I'm glad he found out that's what it was. But ultimately, I think that some of it's just confidence, and Matt McLain is oozing confidence right now.
Yeah, and I feel like last year, I think his numbers were maybe in some ways a little bit deceiving because he was so bad at certain stretches that I think people forgot. He did have some decent stretches last year. But I apologize to those who actually watched and listened to our spring training stuff all spring training long, as we brought up this number many times, and that Mike Hart really saw, and it just when he showed me the stat, I was just blown away. Spring training last year, Matt McLain walked twice in 55 at-bats, and he struck out 17 times. We probably should have been a little bit more concerned coming into the season. Well, this year in spring training, he walked 6 times, only struck out 7 times. So there was a much better, much clearer approach. And to your point, maybe just the confidence. Last year in spring training, I don't think the numbers were terrible. He had a 699 OPS in spring training, but I don't think we saw the 2 walks and 17 strikeouts. When you strike out 17 times in 55 at-bats, even if you had a couple of home runs and, had a couple good, you're still not maybe having the same confidence. But I think he went into this season with feeling a lot better. It's a much more control of the strike zone, much better control at the plate. And so far, he looks the part. I think, shout out to Tito. We'll give him some credit for playing him last year when everyone and their mom wanted him shipped down, and Sal Stewart starting at second base, and he threw him some confidence and put him in the number 2 hole. And if Matt McLain can hit decent this year, not even this level, but if he could be a 750, 775 OPS guy and crush lefties, I think he fits in that number 2 spot really, really well, balancing out Friedl and Elly, and then having Sal Stewart 4th. I just think it's a really nice balance to the top of your lineup if you're going that way.
You need somebody in that 2 hole that's going to make managers pay if they decide in the back end of games to try to bring a left-handed pitcher in to face Friedl and Elly, because that's what they're going to do, especially if you continue to put Elly right in that 3-hole. And I'm not saying that he doesn't belong towards the top of the lineup. I'd much rather just put him maybe at the very top and allow Friedl to kind of drop down. And listen, I feel like Friedl deserves, in my opinion, a little bit of grace no matter how this whole thing starts. Have I believed that he was due to regress for some time? Yes, but I also will say he's not a flash in the pan. That'd be completely unfair to TJ Friedl to say, I'm not. He has played well enough for long enough to say, you know what, we need to see this through. But I'm going to openly admit, Nick, that if we can't find a way for him to get going at some point, and we're going to continue to allow him to hit against left-handed pitching, you have to have someone in that 2-hole that is going to make a manager pay, because they're just going to abuse that system. I mean, they're going to bring in a lefty every single time to face Friedl and Elly. And what's even crazier, another hot take maybe that I shouldn't get into with Elly as we segue to him a little bit, is like, I don't know how long I'm willing to go with Elly hitting right-handed if he continues to hit the way that he did last year against, like, he looks like such a better hitter left-handed that I don't hate the idea of at least giving it a shot for at least a short time, lefty on lefty, because although we might think that might not go well, I'd like to at least try it. I mean, maybe he needs to talk to Kyle Schwarber a little bit and figure out what makes him go. I don't know. I mean, I know that's a little bit of tongue-in-cheek joke. I'm not suggesting that's what's going to happen, but I just feel like it's such a disadvantage on the back end of games that managers are going to bring in left-handers to get to the top of our lineup, and it's such a weakness. And for those that don't know, like, it is a huge, huge weakness that the Reds will find themselves in if we continue to go down this path of having Elly and Friedl together in what would potentially be a top end of your lineup towards the back end of games. So, speaking on Elly, good to see him put a good swing on the ball. And ultimately, that's what he's capable of doing is having a 1-for-4 day, has a really bad at-bat towards the back end of the game that everyone's going to remember and talk about, oh, you just struck out on 3 pitches with the game on the line. And at some point, I hope he kind of bucks that myth that many people have with Elly being clutch. But for now, like, we have to remember that he hit a ball over the fence, and that's worth something. And yes, you have maybe a couple strikeouts in a game. It doesn't look good. But the truth is, if you can hit the ball over the fence, Nick, we've said this 1,000 times on the show, it makes a huge difference. And I'm not saying it was I'll just make a point out of it. It was the difference in the game. I mean, yes, there was many other things that happened. I get it. But, like, that was part of the difference in the game. We have 1 run, and Elly hit a solo home run. So, like, it's just a breath of fresh air now that we might have some guys that can just change the impact of a game because they had a bad game, but they hit one over the fence, and it was very, very meaningful.
He also walked twice. He walked off of a lefty, and it was a 2-run game at that point, but it put 2 runners on base, gave the Reds a big chance. It was the lefty everyone wanted at the trade deadline, Danny Colombe. And then he also walked off of Ryan Watson, who had great stuff. Ryan Watson had 6 swing and misses, the most of any Red Sox today, more than Sonny Gray, and he walked off that guy. So he had 2 walks. Again, he was on base 3 times, and hit on base 3 times and hitting a home run. I think I'm going to sign up for that most days.
Yeah, and like as we move forward here, the Red Sox gave the Reds opportunities today. Like they did. If I was a Red Sox fan and we were doing a show, I would be like, we had no business winning that game. We did little to nothing good. Ultimately, we get into the singer here, and we obviously already discussed the pin pretty much at great lengths to start the show off. But Singer, for the most part, and I will openly admit that I was on my way home from my son's game there for maybe the first inning and a half or 2 innings that he threw, so I didn't really get a chance to see his totality of his start. But it was nice to see that he ate up some innings, yes, and kept the Reds in it. And it was nice to see the Reds get off to a good start that gave him some run support that maybe allowed him to settle in a little bit. But I'll let you speak on Singer's results because I don't know if I'm really in a great position to really talk at length about it.
Yeah, Singer was fine. I mean, it wasn't his best start. I know he kind of had a disjointed end of spring where he had that blister that he left early. Then he went to Milwaukee just trying to basically make sure he was okay, and he got through a start. But he was through 3 2/3 innings with only 1 run allowed, got the first 2 batters out in the 4th, then just gave up 3 straight singles, wild pitch that was a wild pitch. I felt like Trevino probably should have got it. I'd have to go back and look at it again, but nonetheless, and then he struck out Story to get through 4 innings. Not his best start, but he was fine. This is just kind of the Brady Singer that you need. But I think he'll be better his next time out. There's just not really a whole lot of a takeaway from him. But the bullpen, yeah, I mean, we already talked a lot about Sam Mole and Connor Phelps. Good to see Pierce Johnson bounce back, get a couple guys out after giving up a run on opening day. I feel like Ashcraft pitched maybe better than the line would indicate. But Santillan, I have to say, Santillan's a little bit of a concern right now.
Yeah, I also thought they asked a lot out of Ashcraft too, in my opinion.
Yeah.
I mean, I guess it's easy to say they asked a lot out of Connor Phillips and he delivered, but I mean, they did. I thought they asked a little bit, maybe more than what you would traditionally ask out of a reliever this early in the year out of Ashcraft, and then ultimately, I would also agree with you with Singer. I caught back up by the time you mentioned that in regards to the pitch that Trevino probably should have blocked. I know Barry said that he'd like for him to slide over and, maybe block that. Trevino is a good defensive, he just, at least for the most part, I trust Trevino, but at the same time, I feel like that was a really big moment in the game. If they would have lost, that would have been one of the things you go back and you circle and you say, listen, like we got to be better in that spot. And Singer's credit, though, he didn't let it snowball, and he found a way to kind of get through the inning and move forward from there. So I don't know. At the end of it all, Singer is who he is. He's never going to be. He's almost like a B- student, C+ student. And if he stays right in that ballpark or that wheelhouse within that grade level all year, that would be awesome. It's almost like an A+ for who we need him to be. Just continue to be available and throw the ball every 5 days.
There's one other situation of the game I think maybe it's worth bringing up. I really would have liked to have seen the Reds pinch hit for Trevino in the bottom of the 4th. Singer was already out of the game, and I fully understand. Like, you never pull a catcher for a pinch hitter when the starting pitcher's still in the game. Like, that's just not something you do. But Singer was already out of the game at that point. You had 2 runners on base. It was a 5-3 game, 2 outs against probably one of the Red Sox, lesser relievers. Just felt like there was a chance maybe to blow the game open. I feel like that's kind of the spot Nate Lowe's kind of on this roster for. Or even Tyler Stevenson could have pinched it for Trevino there. I get it. It's the second game of the year. You're trying to preserve the catchers, but they were off yesterday. Like, I don't know. I would have really liked to have seen a pinch hit in that spot, try to blow that game open right there.
Yeah. I would just say this about Trevino in general. It's one pitch, so I don't want to make this sound too overly heavy, but he's going to have to. Of all the guys that can't get away with not blocking a pitch like that, it's him. He is there for that reason. Like, that's his job. No offense, but if we get into March Madness tonight and they bring out a kid that's 6'1" and they put him in the last minute of the game, it's probably because he's supposed to make his free throws. And if he doesn't make any of his free throws every time he gets fouled, one would like to ask, what's the point? We'll see whether or not we're capable of obviously maybe being a little bit better, and we will be. I believe in Trevino. I don't want to make it more than it needs to be, but that was something that just can't happen with a guy on third base in a spot like that. So, speaking of can't happen, ABS, CB Buckner, he's horrible. He is genuinely bad, guys. He is so bad that I felt bad for the Red Sox, and I really don't give a damn about the Red Sox. Like, you can't – here's the thing. ABS aside, okay? Let's just put that on the side for a minute. If you're the home plate umpire, especially in a Major League Baseball game, but even if not, let's just call it high school baseball or any game where there's more than one umpire. We can't do this in T-ball because there's only one guy probably. But if you have a spot where there's a check swing and you're not – it doesn't look like he completely swung around all the way, you have to check with the guy that actually is his job to say whether he swung or not. You can't just be like, yep, he went, because there's no going back. And until they implement what is now in minor league baseball, for those that don't know, and it will be at the major league level here at some point where you can actually challenge the check swing. I don't know. I mean, you tell me. I don't know how CB Buckner continues to have a job, because ABS today was on full display as to why it should exist. And it actually was on display on opening day, to be fair to the Red Sox. But your takeaway from just how bad today was?
I mean, it is incredible that this guy's this bad at his job and just keeps getting away with it year after year. The MLB Umpires Association must be the most powerful organization in America. We need to have them do some things around this country and get some things done, right? But yeah, I don't know. He's so bad. The ABS was fun though. Like I will say, like I want them just to do full ABS. Like let's not have umpires calling balls and strikes regardless, just because like we have the technology and like one team runs out of a challenge or one player makes a bad challenge. Now we're gonna let the game not be called properly because of that. That seems kind of weird to me. But I will say I didn't realize it would be that fun. Like when an umpire gets it wrong, especially back-to-back times, because that was electric. The crowd getting into it. That was not something I anticipated with this.
Yeah, I thought there for a minute when Suarez back-to-back, and then I was thinking if there's a borderline pitch right here, could you imagine? Could you imagine if you're CB Buckner on like just the I thought for a second that ABS was going to help the umpire realize while he's umpiring in the game that pitch right there is not a strike. I just seen it on the video board. You've called it 2 times in this inning already right there, Mr. Buckner. You've already seen that same pitch that you've called challenged 2 times, and they put it up on the big video board that it was wrong twice. I would like to think on the 3rd time you'd be like, that's the pitch. We're not calling it this time. No, this guy goes right back to the well. I mean, you got to give him credit. He's consistently bad. Like, you can't say that he's not consistent. He's horrible for both sides. He's got guys pregame show making jokes that they're going to break the record for the most ABS challenges that are successful. And he might have broken the record. I don't know.
It has to be the record, right?
I mean, the dude, and another thing too is like he's missing calls that not only are they 2.5 inches or farther off the plate, but one of the calls on Benson was actually, not only was it down, it was also inside. He missed it both ways. It wasn't like he was, that was an inch below the zone. No, that was actually 1.5 inches below the zone, and it was 1.5 inches inside, Mr. Buckner. I don't know. I can't help him. I hope someone else can help him. But ultimately, at least if nothing else, Nick, ABS provides some comedic relief at times when you're watching these games, especially for these guys that are bad. And I think it'll do nothing more than it'll let us appreciate the good ones too. Because I think we're going to start to recognize like there's some guys that are really, really good umpires. And I think that, you'll go a whole game with maybe like one or two ABS challenges. And it's probably just going to be like, we got these challenges. We might as well use it in the spot, even though we're not totally sure. So I love ABS. I get why some maybe are still on the fence of it.
I don't know how you're on the fence today.
Yeah, I like it. It's fast. It's fast. It's quick enough, in my opinion. I'm not totally on board with you on the full ABS system yet, just because I don't think it's as fast as it should be. But in general, I get the concept that you have. I also like the idea of making it an advantage to knowing the strike zone well. And right now, the Reds, if they've done anything so far, I don't want to jinx it, but they've showcased, even from a hitter perspective and from the catching perspective, that they have a really good eye or feel for the zone. They've really not been off by a lot if they've been off.
Yeah, and I think like today's game showcases how important it is to continue to pour resources into making sure your players understand exactly how to use this the best and make sure this is a really analytical driven approach to this, which the Reds have done very great so far. But I mean, this could be the difference of making the playoffs or not. Like it's really that simple. So you should put all your stock in it. I think when you have umpires like that are normal umpires and not the CB Buckners of the world, I also think like from the other side, like the Red Sox, man, you got to be very careful with these challenges early, because if you run out of challenges and you have an umpire that actually has some like a heart or some sort of something going on inside of him, like I think just human nature is going to be, hey, I keep getting this other team wrong, and the other team's out of challenges. If it's borderline, I'm just giving it to the team that has challenges left because I don't want to keep looking like an idiot over and over again. So like I think there's also some like kind of merit to that. But I do like that you get it back in extra innings. I kind of think, Trace, maybe we should just give one back in the 9th inning. Like the exact.
I'll tell you what.
I'll
I'll give you this. I'll give you this. I see what you're getting at. I like the idea of making it to where if you want to be an idiot and burn both of them in the third inning, then that's your fault. That's on you. But I do understand the concept of being like, listen, we really want to make it to where whether you got it wrong or right in the third inning really affect a call in the ninth inning. That's huge. I'll give you this. I will grant the fact that you get one in the ninth inning. That's only a consequential call. It's either ball 4 or strike 3. If it's ball 4 or strike 3, then you get to use that one in the ninth inning. After that, you don't get to use it. So that's the only olive branch I'm willing to extend, maybe. But I think if you did that, too many people would get confused by it, and they'd be like, what? You can't challenge it? You thought you get one in the ninth inning? It's like, no, you only get one in the ninth inning if it's ball 4 or strike 3. That's it. So, anyway, we'll see. I love it. I'm sure it'll keep having adaptations. I thought I had seen this already. Maybe I'm completely wrong. I don't know if it's in the independent leagues or if it's in only one league in the minors right now, but the fact that you can challenge check swings, I think, is also very interesting. I don't know if that's throughout the entirety of the minor leagues or if it's just only in like one league. But for those that haven't seen it, it's kind of floating around on social media a little bit, and I think I also love that concept because that's one of the most ambiguous calls in baseball, period. I've played baseball my whole life until obviously I got out of college and coached in college and coached baseball for a while, watched baseball my whole life. And I would even tell you that it's kind of hard to come up with a perfect concept on what a check swing strike is. It's very, very subjective. So the fact that they can maybe put a little more black and white on that, I'm all for as well. So anything else you want to jump into before we get into the Reds MLB? We'll get to supers, and then we'll obviously get out of here with who, what, when, where, and why.
No, I'm good. I'm ready for Reds MLB if you are.
I am. Can't wait to hear it.
All right, our Louisville Bats off to a 2-0 start. They won a thrilling game, 6-5 over Omaha. Luis May, he blew a save in the top of the ninth, gave up 3 runs. But Christian Encarnacion Strand hit a 2-run home run in the bottom of the ninth that tied the game and forced extras. And then Reese Hines hit a walk-off single in the bottom of the 10th. Bats now 2-0 on the season. Hines 2 for 5 with a walk. Hines is 4 for 9 so far to start the season. Christian Encarnacion Strand 2 for 5. His home run hit 406 feet, 106 exit velocity. Edwin Arroyo on base twice. Good start for Edwin Arroyo in AAA so far. Hector Rodriguez on base 3 times, 2 for 5 with the walk. He's 4 for 9 to begin the season. Blake Dunn was 1 for 5 with a double and a walk. Michael Toglia, 2 for 5 with a double. And J.J. Bleday, kind of surprisingly, did not play in the second game. Julian Aguiar, first time we've seen him since 2024 in an actual game that counts. Pitched very well. 3 2/3 innings, 2 hits, 0 runs, 2 walks, 5 strikeouts. He got 13 swing and misses in just 3 2/3 innings. Hit 94.6 miles per hour with his fastball. So if you missed it yesterday, Chase Petty was brilliant down in Louisville. So both those guys off to great starts. Really great to see for the Reds starting pitching depth. Luis May, he gave up 3 unearned runs, but they were all the result of himself. He had a fielding error that led to that. Andrew Chafin, really sneaky, I think, good minor league signing that the Reds picked up right before it was announced, literally like 2 seconds before Louisville's first game on Friday night. Struck out the side, did walk a batter, but struck out the side in his Reds organizational debut. Got swing and misses on all 4 swings against his slider. His velocity, not much, 87.3 miles per hour average on his sinker, but he's getting the job done. TJ Antone looked really good. He threw an inning in a third without allowing a hit, struck out 2 batters, didn't walk anyone. And Lyon Richardson pitched well as well, an inning in 2/3 scoreless, no walks, and 2 strikeouts. That is your Reds MILB, which is proudly presented now by 78 Cigars. Cincinnati legend Anthony Munoz has a new venture, and we're fired up to partner with it here on Chatterbox Reds, introducing 78 Cigars, a premium cigar line from the Hall of Famer himself. If you love great cigars in Cincinnati football history, this is the perfect combination. You can grab 78 Cigars right now at both Montgomery Inn locations or over at Creekside Cigar Company. You can also check them out online. Just head to anthonymunoz.com, click on the 78 Cigars page, and learn more to place your order to get today. That's 78 Cigars from the greatest offensive lineman to ever do it, Anthony Munoz.
All right, we do have some supers. Addison says we still need a right fielder. I'm not going to go that far yet. Benson almost made an unbelievably good play today that would have really changed the outlook of the game. Unfortunately, it didn't happen. So, as they say, so close only counts in horseshoes and hand grenades, I believe. So, unfortunately, didn't get it. Neil Harris says, still alive, Trace. Ham love. Yes. Shout out to Neil. I met Neil at Waffle House one time. Waffle House, what a no free ads, but what a great establishment. Would go there almost probably every day if it was good for your health and or I could possibly swing that. But nonetheless, shout out to Neil. Bobo the Wizard, I believe is the name. Quite the handle. Or is it Bob the Wizard? Or is it Bob O the Wizard? I don't know. But nonetheless, he says, hate to be negative this early, but watching Friedl misread that ball and go 1 for 6 was so frustrating. Understandable, I get it, but as I said earlier in the show, I think Friedl has earned the right to get more leeway of whatever start you want to consider him having right now. He's trending in the wrong direction in regards to speed, and as we all know, typically as you get older, you certainly probably don't get faster. So I am maybe if all the things that I'm concerned about maybe with Friedl the most is just, is he going to be capable of getting good reads? And if he's incapable of getting good reads, then it's going to be really hard for him to be good defensively, because I don't think he's going to track down balls by pure athleticism. But it's also 2 games in, so it's really hard to be like, yeah, he's got a problem. I mean, go ahead.
Can I add something on that? I think that TJ Friedl is absolutely earned the right to play close to every day. I think you should try to give him his off days against lefties. But I don't think he should be playing center field. I feel like this is just more of he was our guy and we're not messing it up. I just think that Benson and Myers, the combination of them, are just better defensively, and especially Myers just has so much more upside. I mean, you moved Friedl over to left field today. Just seems like you should probably play him more in left field. It just feels like you're delaying the inevitable there. I do agree, though. He's earned the right to play, and I think that maybe even us too, have gone a little too far overboard in the fact that he's clearly a big league player, but I don't think he should be playing center field.
Yeah, we'll see how that progresses as well. And a big part of all of this, I think, really comes down to the health of the team and what positions might go down and what don't go down and what areas you might have to shift and try to cover and what areas you don't. We'll see how that ultimately kind of winds up. But TJ Friedl, I'm not ready to kind of do too many decision-making things quite yet. Do understand the concern, though. M. Dean says, long day for CB Buckner, early retirement coming. Possibly. I do think that's possible because there's only so much you can be humiliated, I would think. Like the humiliation factor that has to come with him and the amount of time that he gets something wrong in a game has to be pretty high. But maybe not. Maybe he's just going to take it in stride and be like, yeah, my check still cashes, M. Dean. So until they make me go away, I'm going to be here. You know what I'm saying? Flat Rock 79 says the Lookouts are opening a new ballpark this spring. Chattanooga. Shout out to the Lookouts. They got the best hats in the game for minor league baseball, in my opinion. But D.R. Doback, Dr. Doback, possibly. Who knows? Benson and Myers need to platoon center field and Friedl to left field. Don't know if that was before you said that or after, but I think it was before, if we're being completely fair.
That guy knows
Dr.
ball.
Doback.
That guy knows ball.
He might know ball, some are saying. But for those that are have not already liked the stream, please do that now. We will be here, of course, in the 9th inning of every single game, except for Sundays. Sundays, we do go live at 9 o'clock at night, unless something has changed. Nick pointed at me, so I think he wants to make sure.
We're doing 9 p.m. Yeah, we're doing 9 p.m.
So we do Sunday night Chatterbox Reds, and then every other day of the week, for those that might not be familiar, we are live in the 9th inning, and then obviously we have the watch along, and then we do the post game show as well. And for those that don't know, there's a podcast that comes out each and every single day. Nick does a good job of kind of taking little bits and pieces of this show, but it also adds in a lot of meat and potatoes, I say, of other things that you would probably listen to and be interested in or like. So don't just assume since you watch this show, there's no reason to listen to the podcast. I'd highly encourage you to download that and give it a shot and make it a part of your day, because it's there every single day for the morning coffee. Nick's usually a wild man, and he's up till like 2 a.m, 3 a.m, 4 a.m. to make sure that thing's ready to go for all the people that rise early. We obviously have a little bit more to get to here. There's a little who, what, when, where, and why. Nick, we have more baseball on the way.
Yeah, Reds going for a series win in series number 1 against the Red Sox. Sunday, 1:40 start time. It'll be Rhett Lauder against Connolly Early, the lefty. Rhett Lauder, pretty good spring for him. He had a 3.60 ERA over 15 innings. And really, if you kind of look at his game logs, he had one start where he gave up three runs. The other ones all 1 run or less. Pitched pretty well in Milwaukee. He actually came in relief for Chase Burns on Tuesday. That was the last time he pitched. He went 3 innings, gave up 1 run, no walks, 3 strikeouts. So good to see for Rhett Lauder making his first start since 2024. So we're excited to see that. Reds will be going up against a very talented lefty, Red Sox number 3 ranked prospect, Connolly Early, who's only made 4 career starts last season. He was great in spring training, 1.59 ERA in 17 innings, only walked 5 batters, struck out 16 batters. He throws 6 different pitches, 4-seamer, curveball, changeup, sinker, slider, sweeper as a lefty. Hits about 94 with his fastball. So talented pitcher, but hey, it's his first start. Red Sox, though, clearly, I mean, for them to put him in their top 3, they clearly have very high expectations for him, and we have high expectations for Rhett Lauder, so it should be a fun matchup with 2 youngsters on a Sunday afternoon.
It's an expectation off. We'll see who wins. Ultimately, I'm just thankful that we don't run into the first Sunday of the year desperate for a win, because it would have felt very, very desperate if we found ourselves on the losing end of this one. And then you follow that up with having to fight tooth and nail to make sure you don't get swept. So we'll be back, obviously, tomorrow. Tomorrow night, 9 o'clock. We hope to see everybody there. Win or lose, we'll be here trying to entertain and also hopefully provide a little bit of fun. You know, that's what this is about. It's a watch along, as we always do on Chatterbox Reds, trying to have fun. And on the way out, do me a favor. Make sure you hit the like button on the stream and go leave a review on the podcast. That'd be nice, because we need as many of those as we possibly can. You want to get Kirby in a good mood? Go leave some nice reviews on the podcast. That'll get the spirits high, but probably not as high as a Dane Myers walk-off. Shout out to Dane, the great Dane, some are saying. Take care, everybody. We'll see you tomorrow night, 9 o'clock.